past weekend, we had a very special guest, and Dr. Robert Williams. His wife, Theresa, was here with us. It was a wonderful time of fellowship. And I just want to talk about something he said very briefly today. Sometimes we overlook the fact that perhaps we've read a story many times in the Bible and we've just missed something. I love it when somebody shares their reading and their preaching of a particular story that I've studied or read many times and just brings out a nuance that I just had never thought of. It's as if God is just opening up a new door of understanding. And he was studying in 2 Kings chapter 5 about Naaman, the Syrian general who was struck with leprosy. He was an accomplished man. He was well received, had the audience of the king, so many things, but he was a leper. And he couldn't do anything about that. Just like all of us have our own weaknesses, faults, failures, frailties, sin. No matter how much we've achieved, we still have this sin nature that we carry with us. We're lepers. And therefore, there's a sense where we're just simply unclean. And you remember that the king of Syria sent to the king of Israel and said, send us a prophet so that he can heal our general here. And you remember the king of Israel tore his clothes. He said, this guy's just trying to provoke a war with me. Who am I to be able to provide healing? And that's when Elisha got involved and sent to the king of Israel and said, look, tell him to come see me. I'm just paraphrasing. You'll also remember that Naaman did. He came there in 2 Kings chapter 5, and he visited with Elisha, and Elisha sent Gehazi out, didn't even speak to him himself, sent Gehazi out and said, look, just go wash in the river Jordan. And you also notice in that story that he was very angry, talking about the rivers that he could have, in Syria, where he could have easily washed, much cleaner rivers. And his servants said to him, it's actually 3 servants in the story. There's a slave girl that was captured and taken hostage into Syria, and there she was the one that spoke of the prophet that was in Israel. And then there's 2 servants that are with Naaman at this point that say, look, if he'd have told you to do some incredible feat, you would have easily done it. You'd have thought that nothing of doing it. But just a very small thing to go and bathe in the river Jordan 7 times, and you'll be cleansed. Servants. And the point that Dr. Williams made, which really touched me, is that the servants were truly the hero of the story, more than Naaman, more than Elisha himself. Obviously, God is the highlight of the story, but the ones who really spoke the truth of God, that motivated this person to take the first step of faith and the second step of faith, to do the things that not only to search out God's prophet, but then also to just honor the word that the prophet had spoken, were servants. Servants are the hero, just like Jesus is the hero of our story, because he was a servant. First and foremost, he was a servant. And we all know the verses, but in John 13, he washed the feet of the disciples, and then in verse 17 said, look, you'll be blessed if you just do this, that no one's greater than another. The servants are the heroes. I hope today that you and I will find some way to just be a servant to a loved one, to someone in your family, to someone in your neighborhood, to someone in your workplace. The servants are the heroes of the story. And so are we. Let's be servants today. Till next time, friends. God bless you.